Well, hello there, welcome to the Pisces Ox edition. As you can see by the notes at the beginning, they are the dates you've got to be in. In 1985 we did enter Aquarius on the 18th of February, but that was the rat year and the 18th and 19th of February there, so if you were just a little bit confused about that, you had to be a 20th of February 1985 onwards to be a Pisces Ox, so that just clears that up. Okay, with the Pisces Ox, what happens when you have the sullen and pretty serious Oxen and the dreamy and a gentle Pisces? Well, nobody really wins this battle, but what it does, it complements each other very, very well. It takes away the seriousness of the Ox, as I say, it softens that very much as a child, and we have quite a bright child on our hands here, very creative, whereas the Oxen child may not be that flexible and allow itself to be a creative child. The Pisces comes into play very much there and helps out so much. And it allows them that sort of softer, sillier side to come out, and they will be very experimental, can make some great sculptures as children, or some great oil paintings, and they will have the freedom to do this, whereas the Ox would say, you know, do a more serious endeavour. The Pisces will find its range and definitely excel in the arts. Absolutely brilliant. Also drama, with the Oxen not being a very talkative child, or as I say, very expressive. The Pisces will lend a big hand here, so even drama situations they do very, very well in. So they do become a fantastic match as a one unit, and this child will do well at school. The studiousness of the Ox will help settle down the Pisces sometimes with you know, that little bit of seriousness at times when the Pisces wants to be a bit too off the wall or a bit too out of kilter. So it does really lend well to each other, and they can be very, very successful in the school years and the university and the college years. The Oxens need to settle down reasonably quickly, and to get stability is tempered a bit by the Pisces, and the Pisces will want to explore a bit more and try different stuff. So it really does help the Oxen to find new experiences and be a lot more open to suggestions. I can also see a musicianship really quite high with this combination as well, and travelling, which the Ox wouldn't be particularly fond to do. That this would lend it to wanting to travel a bit as well. So it is an excellent match for these sort of life experiences that the Ox wouldn't necessarily think about, and they want to get sort of serious and settle down reasonably quickly otherwise. So profession wise, well, the Ox tends to be ultra careful with its money, realising that there is going to be a lot more rainy days than sunny ones, so they're very, very, very resourceful in that sense, and they always have a few quid tucked away. The Pisces, on the other hand, isn't particularly good with its own money, but it's very good with other people's money. So as I say, looking after money wouldn't be a problem for this sign, and it would make the Pisces would allow the Oxen to spend a little bit freer and pursue goals a lot better. If there's a business opportunity, the Pisces will allow this Oxen to take a chance or a risk, whereas the Oxen, they like everything set in stone, they like things to be a sure shot, and the Pisces will say, hey, hold on a minute, this little bit of risk here could work out to be very, very beneficial. So it really does lend lend a hand in that scenario. What will you get from an Ox and Pisces partner? You will get the solidity, as I say, but you'll also get quite an expressiveness in the lovemaking sense, whereas the Oxens are quite demonstrative. Maybe not ultra hot-blooded as some of the signs. They like to have set times and the right time and the right place for things. The Pisces will be a bit more experimental and open the Oxen up, the deeper feelings of the Ox. The Ox isn't a sentimental sign at all, really. It doesn't really look at sentiment, and it can start all over again, but the Pisces, being a little bit dreamy and can be sentimental, will soften this sign up. So you will get a very, very creative and strong character, really. This makes a very strong union. You know, they won't be so sort of, you know, where the Pisces can be accused of being a bit wishy-washy, but in a nice way. I don't mean it in a horrible way. The Oxen gives it that bit of depth in strength-wise, and also, as I say, you would get a very good match. This is not going to be one that's going to be a player, male or female. They would, as I say, still prefer to settle down reasonably quickly, have their family, tick all the right boxes, have the car, have the house, and just still keep a nice equilibrium running along, and everything seems to be plain sailing. So it would suit somebody who would be similar-minded, really, because they would still be looking at somebody who's going to work hard as well, like themselves, probably in the creative fields, would be an excellent match. So we would look for the matches of the Rooster, and we would look for the matches of the Snakes and the Dragons, and keep to the Western allies of a Cancer, keep to the Scorpio, the Capricorn, which is that's always an excellent match for this one, Capricorn of any of the above. And we can also do very well the Taurian. They'll be very sensuous. That would be very sensuous. That so say a Taurus Rooster, Taurus Snake or Dragon. That would be a very, very nice mix. They would have a very luxurious and comfortable home, and the home is quite key to this sign. They will like quite a spotless house, and everything in its right place. So messy signs are not for you. So that's why on the negative we've got to say no goats, really. They're a bit too bohemian, even though the Pisces does try and lighten the Oxen up. They're a bit too bohemian, and they're a little bit messy, and they're a little bit not timetable keepers. So the goat is not good at all for the Ox, and they really don't get each other at all. Health-wise, for the Ox Pisces, well, we still have to look at the arthritic sense here, and also water retention. Tend to have a lot of troubles with their joints, and the Pisces doesn't leave the Ox to exercise enough that it should. It's very important that the Ox does get the exercise that they require to stop arthritic conditions when they get older. So the knees and the ankles are very, very vulnerable, and also obviously the hands and the wrists are a very, very vulnerable point. So it's very key that you do have that exercise, because this doesn't lead to a very active hobby sign. They will work hard, as I say, but they probably wouldn't choose a constructive any construction or any manual sort of work. So it would be very key for them to make sure they're involved in I don't know, a bit of five-a-side football or netball, or even in later life, maybe a little bit of gym work, things like that, just to put in a little bit of intensity to keep all the joints and the upper limbs very workable, because there's a great need for fish fish and the oily concentrates that are found in them to keep the joints supple, so a supplement would be needed from the early 30s probably, so be very wary of the arthritic conditions. But I hope you've enjoyed this, and I hope you find an Ox Pisces, because you won't be disappointed. Also, Ox Pisces, if you're out there, allow that creative side to come into your life, because there's something special waiting for you in the painting, drama and the sculpture world, or even the musicianship world. So very much so, go and live the dream. Thanks very much. Bye bye.